Here are some waffles, some blueberry and strawberry waffles, and I'm going to show you how to make both of these. Yeah, start off with some, I started off with two different kinds, just either plain ecru clay, which is just like a, this color, or I used some pearl white, and then I put in some tiny black seed. I have a cold, so I'm not thinking straight. I'm sorry. There's some black glass marbles that are teeny, teeny, tiny, and these are supposed to be the blueberries. So, or they can be raisins, but they're tiny enough. You just you pour some onto the clay here, and you mix them in. As I was saying, you mix some of these onto the clay here, and you pour some on, you mix it all in really well. And then I use, for my waffle fabric, what I'm using is, in the hardware store, like Lowe's or Home Depot, you can find some tape that's meant, it's drywall tape, and it's meant to, you put in between the two pieces of drywall. Anyway, it's loose, it comes in big rolls, you only need a teeny tiny piece, so, check your husband's hardware stash before you go to Lowe's. Anyway, I cut off a little tiny piece, and it is the perfect texture machine thing for clay, for waffles. So you put your tiny little piece there, and you run it through the pasta machine on a setting of, put it on 4. So I ran it through the pasta machine, and it's just stuck on there gently. Carefully pull it back, and there's all your little texture. You only have to do one side. Here you go. And then you take one of your little square cutters, and I have a big one and a small one, and I actually, well, I have several sizes, but I use not the tiniest, but the next one up I use. Yes, just a moment, please. Try and keep it, when you go to cut them out, try and keep it squared, because that's how waffles would be. And you cut a couple of those. And don't, unlike your pancakes, you don't want to squish down the sides. You want them to be squared off like that. So just leave them. Let me see if I can get closer here. There's your, there's your tiny little textured waffle. Drive yourself insane. Grab some chalk, colored chalks, and I'm going to start with, like I do with most of my breads, an ecru type color, not bright yellow, but the next one over between orange and yellow. And you rub it on these. Catherine, wait, just leave the pasta machine alone for a minute. Here. Then, after you do your ecru color, you do go with a brown right next to black. And you're going to be putting this on the textured side. Don't use black unless it's burnt. Brown doesn't want to come up. Once you get that on there, make sure you get the edges just a tiny bit. No big deal. Take my pure yellow clay, and I cut off a slice, and then of that slice, you cut off a little stick of butter. So you have your stick of butter here, and you're going to do a couple of pats of butter. So you have your 2 waffles. These are your little blueberry waffles. And you take some triple thick. Oh, always doing it the wrong way. Krylon triple thick crystal clear glaze. Awesome stuff. Buy some. If you do any clay at all, you'll want it. Trust me. use it for about a million things. You take this, mix it with a teeny bit of yellow chalk, and you drip. Here's my little pre-mixed stuff. You're going to drip it. This is the wet butter. Drip. Oh, that's going to be too big. Just drip a tiny bit. It'll also act as a glue for the butter. And you mostly want it underneath. Here, let me get closer for you. So you have your melted butter on there, and now you're going to take your pats of butter and stick them on there. And if you want, you can even put on a tiny bit more. You can see what we're making over here. That'll make you sick. Okay, anyway, you just put a little bit of butter on there. And take your strawberry cane. Check my other videos for how to make a strawberry cane. Take tiny little slices. You could put strawberry slices on there. And for my blueberries, what I did was, for the blueberries that you actually see, well, because we put, these are the blueberries, the teeny micro marbles we put on the inside. Those are kind of like chopped blueberries. And then they have these other marbles that are slightly larger. And that's what I mixed. I mixed with my triple thick, the stuff, and with some blue and purple chalk mixed together to come up with my little bowls of blueberries. These are my little blueberry bowls. Oh, well, there's a blueberry, and here's my strawberry. And I put blueberries with the triple thick in there, and that'll act as glue. And these are just, these little bowls that I have are actually end caps for jewelry. They have holes all the way through them and stuff, and the triple thick just does wonderfully in them, and it doesn't seep everywhere. The strawberries, I put sliced strawberries in there and then dripped triple thick on top of it to glaze it and glue it. And oh, and then for the syrup, all you use is triple thick with a tiny bit of brown chalk mixed in, and then you end up with, oh, here it is, with some syrup. And you just take a toothpick, dip it in, and drizzle it on top. And you can bake this, and then it'll be hardened forever. Or you just cover it with triple thick, and then it'll be all glossy and glued on and perfect. So that's all there is to making waffles. And here's one more with kiwi on it, and a little bowl of kiwis.